What's up, gang? Willie Rebuild back with another one, gang. Today we on the LS Swap Field Part 3. LS Swap Field Part 3. But before we get into the LS Swap Field Part 3, I want to show y'all something that I've been fighting with for the last couple of months. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna walk over here to the Monte Carlo. So for the last few months, I told y'all I was having issues with the tuning and the drivability issues and all that there. So to make a long story short, come to find out, the fast intake that I had on here, it was leaking air from around the back of the intake. And I made a video, but I didn't put it out because I was so aggravated with this car. You know, I was doing a lot of cussing and stuff in the video, so I just decided to scrap it. And I might throw a couple of little clips out of there that's clean. But that was the problem. The intake was leaking vacuum around the upper shell of the intake. Then I had this intake in my garage laying around, but the problem with that was once we figured out what was going on with it, because it was me, the tuner, and a couple of my other buddies over here, we was all trying to figure out why the car was doing what it was doing, because I'm ready for the car to go. So I had all hands on duty, and in the midst of us, well, me, switching the intakes around, the fuel rail that was on this intake had trash in it. So when I switched it over and stuck in, I seen some of the trash. I blowed it out, tried to clean it out, slap it on there, because I was anxious to find out if that was the source of the problem. Well, when I did that, I think now the injectors got some trash in them. Well, I don't think, I know for sure, because the next day I came back and pulled the regulator out of the other fuel rail, and only to find out that the fuel rail was full of rust and old gas. So the car kind of busts up a little bit and stuff because now the injectors got trash in it. It's like I can't win for losing with the Monte Carlo. So later today off camera, I'm gonna pull the injectors out, send them out to get them clean. That's a different fuel rail I put on there. That was a good fuel rail. I tried to spray the injectors with some cleaner and put some treatment in it, but that didn't really, it made it work a little bit better, but it's not to my liking. So in the next week or two, the Monte Carlo should be gone once I get these injectors out of there and cleaned up and put them back in the car. But let's go back over here to the LS Swap Field. So as y'all can see, off camera, I went ahead and redid the brake cables, battery cables, and loomed them up, ran all those wires down. But now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and pull out the heater coat and the evaporator. But as y'all can see, she looking clean. I went ahead and redid the transmission lines. One of the fittings he had, just took the fitting and pushed it into the line. Also, as you can see, now that the lines are ran into the radiator, as y'all can see, and then to the cooler. So all that's hooked up, cleaned up the wiring. As y'all can see, wiring is cleaned up. Think I showed y'all that in the previous video. So now what we gotta do is disassemble the AC box and get the new heater coil and the new evaporate in. Now, I showed y'all this a while back, but a lot of new subscribers, they might have haven't seen the video. Let me get this door open because it's locked. Because I want to show y'all something. And this door, it only open from in the inside. But let me show y'all something here. So, if you pay attention down here on the floor, and I showed y'all this in the Buick Riviera. As you can see, the floor is rusted and rotting out. The reason why the floor is rusting and rotting out, all you gotta do is follow the trail of the rust, and you can see that the rust is coming down and into the floor. If you look at the driver's side of the floor, that side of the floor is solid. So why would this side only be rusting out? Because what happened is, a while back they changed the heater coil in it, and when they changed the heater coil, they didn't seal the box up. So the moisture running down the window, the rain, and down and into the car. I showed y'all that a while back on the Riviera with Mike Cole. If you fix the floors and you don't fix the problem of where the water getting in the car from, you're gonna have the same situation again. So just changing the floor pan and letting the water still leak into the car, it's just gonna rust out again over time. So what I'm getting ready to do now is I'm gonna get this disassembled and we're gonna get the new heater coil in, gang. Go ahead, hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel, gang, because I'm walking y'all step through step of a nightmare and turning a nightmare into a beautiful situation, gang. So let me start getting this disassembled and I'll walk y'all through how I disassembled it, and we're gonna get the new heater coil and evaporate in, gang. And then I'm gonna come back and show y'all how to seal it once you change it and what to use to seal it. So I'm gonna cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, gang, so first thing first, what you wanna do is remove your chrome or black windshield trim that you got that go over your windshield. Next thing you wanna remove is this plastic that go right here in your AC box. Then what you want to do is you want to start removing all of the stuff that's going to be in your way, like this dryer, which is going to get replaced because we going with the Cutlass dryer to set this AC up with the Cutlass AC system for the passenger side, gang. So I'm gonna just sit this over here because I still need to get the pressure switch off it. So once you remove that out of your way, what you want to start doing is you want to start removing your wiring out of the way. You want to remove the bracket that's right here that hold your AC dryer, and then remove your relay right here for your AC. And then you want to start removing your 10mm bolts that go around the cover. Also, I think these 1/4 bolts that go around here are either 7mm. Some of them might be 7s and some gonna be 1/4. So let me go ahead and remove that out of the way, and then I'll cut y'all back on in a minute once we get the box, the top of the box off. All right, gang, we back. And as y'all can see, the lid is removed. You're gonna have two little brackets, one here, one there. Those are your brackets that hold your chrome trim or your black trim. You're gonna need an 11mm to remove those. As you can see, the box is full of leaves and debris, but we have a problem because this box is cracked, as you can see, and it's cracked all the way around. And I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be able to fix that box, because the surface behind here, it need to be flat so it can get a good seal. And also this lid needs to be sealed so the ventilation can go where it need to go. So I don't know about that, gang. I might need to change that box, the top of the box. Not really sure what I want to do about that right now, but I'm gonna definitely have to do something. Like I see, that's probably a pretty snug fit around the rest of the box, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to fix that with fiberglass. I'm gonna probably have to just replace the lid, the upper lid on the box. I got another one in the shop. It's for a customer. What I might have to do to keep the job going is just switch them out, but to go and get another lid, I'm gonna have to take a ride about 2 hours to my buddy. Most guys are not gonna sell you just this lid. He gonna wanna sell you the complete box. And I'm not gonna buy a box just for a lid. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just swap it out with the one I got in the back. I need to go and see my guy anyway, because I need to pick up an AC line, the hard line for a cutlass, so I can get the AC to function. So let me go ahead and pull a heater core out and think for a second and see which direction I want to go with this situation, gang. All right, gang, we back. So as y'all can see, I done went ahead and put the box back together. But all you're gonna do is reverse the process of the way you disassembled it. Now, your butyl tape, you're gonna take your butyl tape and you're gonna run it all the way around the box, all the way around the lid, and put your lid back down and fasten it back down, and you're good. So I'm gonna show y'all what I use to do it, but we got a problem. This is what I use right here, the butyl tape. It's kind of like a window tape. That's the name on it. That's your part number down there. Now, what the problem is here, gang, is I went ahead and sealed the box back up. But as you can see right here, in the same spot, the car is taking water in. Exactly the way it was doing the first time. As you can see, the water sitting right there where the spot rotted out in the floor. And I'm gonna show you why. It's not coming in through the back of the lid. What it's doing is, it's coming in. This is what you want to do. You want to run water down your windshield. So if you come out under the hood, you can see right here where that water is running down. So what it's doing is, it's leaking down here in the side of the box. It's actually leaking from in behind the box. I mean, with that, there's not a whole lot I can do with that without removing the box to fix it right. I mean, I can take some black RTV or something, scuff that up, and run it around the box as far as I could go down, and hopefully it worked. But the correct way to fix it would be removing this box. Now, the problem with removing this box is, if you can see, there's no room behind this engine. The engine is actually into the box. The coil right here in the back is actually into the box. That's what put the hole in it. So I was gonna kind of work around that, and I was gonna try to work around that by cutting the end off of the coil bracket and then cutting that last nipple off the valve cover to get the engine out of the box. But I mean, at this point, I'm not really sure what course of action need to be taken on it, because to remove that box with the engine sitting that far back in the engine bay, I'm probably gonna have to pick the engine up and pull it forward, and I don't really want to do that because the exhaust is hooked up already. The exhaust hooked up, the drive shaft and already been measured out for the car, and the car is running and driving. So I mean, like I say, the only thing I could try to do at this point is take like some silicone or something and rub it around the box. That's just gonna be a temporary fix until that stuff come off the box or deteriorate, and then it's gonna be back to square one with the AC box leaking again, gang. But I sealed it up around. You can even see where I came in right here and put a little of the butyl tape around the outside, because when you changing the lid, you only gonna take this top piece off. So this is how it's gonna look when you finish taking the top piece off. Your box is gonna look like that, because I went ahead and took the lid off of this other box that I already had until I go to pick another one up. So what the problem is, it's not sealing around here. And the only way I can get back there to try and fix this will be to remove the box from the car and fix it like that, which will be a pain in the ass. So that's where we at there, gang. Gotta call a customer up, let him know what's going on. See what course of action he wanna take to fix this. I mean, if we pull a box out, it probably would be best for him to just go ahead and get another box, because at this point, I already gotta replace, he already gotta buy the lid. So whatever I gotta pay for another lid, that's what I'm gonna charge him for the lid that I took off of that box to put on this car, because that didn't even fix the problem, because it's leaking off the side. The box itself is not sealing up. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, gang. Willie Rebuild here with another fucking headache. I don't know what I'm about to do now, gang. It's like every corner I turn, it's a fucking headache. But go ahead and hit the subscribe button and get your Tylenol or BC and come along for the ride with me, gang. Willie Rebuild, over and out, baby. All right, gang, update, gang, update, baby. That's right. Went ahead and fixed that hole in the AC box. You can kind of see the patch a little bit, but the engine is so tight on the firewall. I just laid down 3 coats of fiberglass, well, 3 layers of fiberglass, put the resin on it, scuffed it down a little bit, and painted straight over the fiberglass. I was gonna put some filler on it, smoothing it all the way down, but I said, you know what? It's too tight of a spot back here. As long as it's closed up and it's operable, it's no big deal. But as you can see, I had some glaze right here in the box. I was gonna smoothen it all the way down, but it's so tight back there, and I had to remove the valve cover and the coil packs to fix it. And I had it covered up with this piece of paper here. So I opted not to be back there doing a lot of sanding and, you know, trying to smooth and perfecting, you know, by the valve cover being off, because I didn't want no dust to get down inside of the head. So I put the quick patch of fiberglass on it, painted over it, looked decent. Only way you know a hole there is if you knew it was there before. Another thing I went ahead and did is my box wasn't leaking on the side. What it was, my bolts on my lid back here in the back, they wasn't tight enough. So once I went ahead and put a little more torque on it, gang, the leak stopped. Got a gallon of water here. We gonna pour down it and we gonna see what we got now. As you can see, gallon of water going down the windshield, gang. Gallon of water, baby. We in a big rainstorm trying to get on home. In a big rainstorm trying to get on home. We're gonna pour the whole gallon on it. Whole gallon. As you can see. Whole gallon down the windshield. You look inside the car, not a drop of water, baby. There you go. Not a drop of water inside the car. Y'all knew it was leaking down from our spot there, and not a drop of water inside the car now, gang. So now we good to go to cut that floor out and weld a new floor. See, a lot of guys will show y'all the process of cutting the floor out, but he never come back and give you the process of fixing the leak where the water was coming into the car. And if you don't fix the leak where the water was coming into the car, then you wasting your time because the floor gonna rot out again. So that's the update. Like I said, it wasn't leaking on the side of the box where I thought it was leaking. As you can see, the water's still running down that side of the box and it's not leaking. I just needed to put a little more torque on the bolts that go across the top of the lid, gang. It's Willie Rebuild telling you, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm giving you the tips, baby. Showing you how to get your shit on the road. Get your shit on the road where it's tight. Where you ain't got no fucking junk. Where it look good, but it ain't good. Bitch leaking water, cutting off and shit, and doing all this goofy ass shit, but it look good with the rims and paint. But at the end of the day, it's like Webby C. 26 is on it, but the fucking junkyard on it. That's right, gang. Willie Rebuild, over and out, baby.